My wife wanted to open up our marriage, so I started dating her boss. Now she wants to close it? I never meant for this to happen. After 8 years of what I thought was a solid marriage, my wife sat me down one night and dropped a bomb. She said she felt unfulfilled physically and needed an open relationship to feel complete. I was completely blindsided. We were intimate twice a week. She never complained. Everything seemed fine, but she kept going on about needing freedom and experiencing more, while assuring me she still loved me and wanted to stay married. I asked if there was anything I could change, anything at all to make her happier. She said it wasn't about me, it was about her needs. That somehow made it feel even worse. I agreed because I loved her and we'd built a life together. Our only rule was we had to tell each other when we started seeing someone new. Within 2 weeks, she was dating a guy from her office, a younger, more athletic type. She'd get dressed up for their dates while I sat on the couch watching TV, pretending everything was fine. Most nights she wouldn't even come home. She'd text around 10 p.m. saying she was staying at his place. I'd lie in our bed alone, staring at the ceiling, wondering what I did wrong. This went on for 5 months. 5 months of her living her best life while I became a ghost in my own house. I lost 15 pounds, stopped hanging out with friends, barely left except for work. My buddy finally told me I looked like death and needed to get out there too. At first I had zero interest. Dating other people felt like admitting my marriage was actually over. But one night, while she was out with her boyfriend again, I downloaded Tinder just to see what would happen. I got over 100 matches the first night, which honestly shocked me. Most conversations went nowhere until I matched with this stunning older woman. Successful, confident, silver fox vibes. Her profile said she was a corporate executive. We started messaging and clicked immediately. Our first date was at this upscale wine bar. I got there early, nervous as hell. When she walked in, I felt something I hadn't felt in almost a decade. Real butterflies. Genuine excitement about another person. We talked for hours about everything. She was funny, intelligent, made me feel seen in a way my wife hadn't in years. At the end of the night, she kissed me and I felt alive again. We kept seeing each other twice a week. She'd cook me dinner at her place. We'd watch old movies, talk about books. And when we finally slept together, it was honestly incredible. Passionate, attentive, like she actually cared about my pleasure. I told my wife about my girlfriend after a month. She was putting on earrings, getting ready for another night with her boyfriend. She literally patted my head and said, "Ah, good for you, honey," before walking out the door. Things continued like this for another month. My wife with her boyfriend, me with my girlfriend. I was actually starting to feel happy again. Then last week, my girlfriend texted asking if she'd left a manila folder in my car. Important work documents. I found it, and she asked if I could drop it off at her office since she needed it for a meeting. I was off work that day, so I said sure. She sent me the address, and I drove over. I pulled into the parking lot, and my stomach dropped. It was my wife's building, the company where she'd met her boyfriend. I walked into the lobby feeling surreal. Took the elevator to the executive floor, the top floor where all the C-suite offices were located. When I got to her office door, it said Chief Operating Officer with her name underneath. My girlfriend was basically running this entire company. She came out, thanked me for bringing the folder, and gave me a quick kiss. Just a peck, nothing dramatic. When I turned around, there was my wife, standing 15 feet away, frozen. She just watched her boss kiss her husband. Her face went through about 5 emotions in 2 seconds. Confusion, recognition, hurt, anger. Her mouth literally made an O shape. I felt awkward even though I'd done nothing wrong. I said, "Hey," and she just stared at me. So I left. She came home 3 hours later. I was making dinner, trying to act normal. She walked in and immediately started crying. Full breakdown, mascara running, the works. "How could you do this to me? With my boss? Do you know how humiliating this is?" I put down the spatula and looked at her. This woman who'd spent 5 months with another man while I suffered in silence. "You wanted this," I said. "You asked for an open marriage. You started dating first. You spent every night with him while I was here alone. Now it's a problem because you have to see it?" She grabbed my hand, still crying. "I'll close it right now. We can go back to how things were. Just please stop seeing her." I pulled my hands away. "You don't get to decide that anymore." She said she'd quit her job if she had to, that everyone would find out and she'd be humiliated. I told her that was her problem, not mine. For the first time in our marriage, I wasn't backing down. She's been sleeping in the guest room for 3 days now. My girlfriend texted asking if everything was okay. She offered to end things to make my life easier. I told her absolutely not. For once, I'm choosing what makes me happy.